Have you ever tried to sound cool or smart to impress a room or to impress a person, and you just wind up sounding like a complete tool? Like, for example, you'll be in, a class, a college class, and you'll raise your hand and you'll ask the professor a question you already know the answer to, and use big words like, "Professor, I'm just rather curious. Do you know the integral to du dv x squared? And do you know the, and basically everybody all around you saying, you don't sound cool, you don't sound smart, you sound like a douche. Professor, I'm just like, you're not curious. You just want to impress the room. You want to make everybody think you sound smart. You want to make everybody think you're the intellectual." I didn't typically do that too much, but I remember like in college classes, there was always the one person who wanted to kiss the professor's ass. There was always the one person who wanted to, suck up to the teacher, I guess, to get a better grade. And they would always ask questions they obviously knew the answer to, like, "Professor, I'm just rather curious. Do you know the answer to this question?" and so on. And basically they just wanted everybody to think of them as being cool and smart. They wanted the professor, and they were just an ass kisser, a phony ass kisser, basically. I remember, for an English class many years ago, the professor said, you could write a paper on anything. It could be funny. It could be creative. Then he looked at a woman in the class, and he's like, "It could be erotic." And I'm thinking, obviously the topics we're writing about are September 11th and slavery. It's like, how could you write an erotic paper about 9/11 and slavery? I mean, I don't know. But I get what he was trying to say. He was trying to say you could write anything about you could write anything. He's not going to be fazed by what you're writing. But I'm like, yeah, you kind of sounded like a tool. You were trying to sound like, I'm the open-minded professor. You could write about anything. But, you sounded like a tool there, like, how are you going to write an erotic paper about 9/11 and terrorism? It's like, you can't. You can't write an erotic paper about September 11th.